What's it like to be back in Calgary?
Um, there's a bit of emotion to it, obviously. Calgary as a city was the first place I played in the CFL, and the Stampeders as a club were the first. They probably gave me an opportunity when I needed one the most at some point in my career, and I mean more than once. So, I have nothing but love for the club. I have nothing but love for the city.
What's tomorrow going to feel like for you?
You'd have to ask me after, but I'm trying to. More important than my own emotions is the club I play for now, to be able to contribute the way that I want to, and it's not only for me, it's coming back to a place where I played a lot, but for our team it's the next team that we have to play. So I think that's more important than any of that.
Did your release surprise you, catch you off guard, or what were your thoughts when you got the news there?
What news?
That you were being released by the Stampeders. That a surprise or disappointment, happy, or whatever the word would be?
I don't think I wasn't surprised. I mean, you hear a thing or two throughout the season, and sometimes you have opinions that differ from whoever your employer is, and vice versa. So, I thought I was doing the best I could for the team, and it's a business at the end of the day. So, when you see 12 new starters for a team, how could I take it personally? So yeah, not really a surprise for me, but I've been playing football for a while, and business is business.
James, how will it work tomorrow? Do you give yourself time in the warm-up and everything to soak everything in, and then it's lock in, or how do you handle sort of the emotions of being back then?
Well, like I said, with my process, I try to treat my process the same as I would any other game, just because we're part of a team. So, I mean, I generally don't. Part of my process is, over the years, I go out early, get on the field early. Sometimes I don't feel as good. Sometimes if I stay in the locker room, I feel better. So I prefer to usually stay in the locker room and just warm up inside, get my hydration together, get warm in a controlled environment, and then kind of let the feeling of the field feel reserved for the minutes that we play.
Won't there be a lot of hugs from other guys and everything beforehand that you have to go through?
I mean, yeah, but there's also, you could do that after the game too, unless people leave. So I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the guys. But like I said, more important than any personal ties I think I have is to be able to do the best that I can for the team that I play for, and keep my process the same as I do every good game, because you just want to build on every performance. So for me, I just feel like any change in the process kind of.
We talked in camp, and you mentioned from the Bombers camp, where the word very professional and a lack of excuses was the thing that stood out to me. And I wasn't sure if that was a comment on the Bombers or where you were coming from. Are you still with that? And was there anything about Calgary in that?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let me pull it up because I wrote it down. Everyone here is being very professional. There's a lack of excuses here in Winnipeg was something that drew you early in camp. And I didn't know if that was specifically Winnipeg or it was kind of about what you've just been in.
Well, I've played a lot of places. I mean, and I've played on good teams and I've played on average teams. So I think just when you've played a while, you notice things that you see as positives. So that's all that was.
Okay. And 3 games later, still feeling good?
I mean, 3 games later, when you're 3-0, yeah. I mean, you feel great about it. So how could you not?